let's get into the conversation. Hello, good morning to you, Counselor.
Good morning, Lebanon.
How have you been?
By the grace of God, I'm doing fine.
Bless God. Right, we started this conversation about 3 weeks ago, and then we ended at, you made mention of the fact that dating is a period of identifying shared vision.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
All right, so like as the accounts would say, if you don't know where you are going, every road will lead to your destination. You see, in marriage, it's a journey. Marriage is a journey. So you must know where you are going. So vision simply with the ability to see with the eye of the mind. So imagine you meet me driving and you just hop into my car without asking where I'm going. It means I will just take you to anywhere. But if you are going to La Paz and I'm also going to La Paz, it means we can have a fruitful journey without any misunderstanding. The reason many people are having issues in their relationship is that we have, disjointed or, different visions. And normally I tell people, when you don't have a shared vision, when you don't understand this, or don't share the same vision, that's why you experience what we call divorce. Divorce means, there are two letter words that form the word divorce. That's die and divorce. The die means double, and divorce comes from the word vision. So when you have a double vision, it means you can't reach your destination. That's why people today, almost every day, people are divorcing because you have a vision about parenting. Your parenting style is totally different from that of your partner. For instance, you are coming from a background where you believe that children should not be clean. So you just have to talk to your children. Meanwhile, your partner is coming from a place where you believe that spare the rod and spoil the child. So if a child does something, I will whip the child.
Right.
You are going to clash. And what about your vision about finances? Somebody believes that when you get money must be spent. We have, money language. You understand? You have those who call drivers. They believe that when you make money, spend it. You have other people who believe that they are more analytics, where they believe the money should be used to build securities. So imagine you are of that, category of people where you believe the money should be used to build security. They are the ones who normally try to build houses, businesses, and you have a wife whose, understanding of money is that spend money. You give 1,000 for a month. By the time you come, she has used it to buy wig. Now the bone street, how much is it now?
It's quite expensive.
So more than 2,000, right? Yes. So imagine your salary is 1,500. You give it to her. By the time you try, oh, may the quarter be bone straight. I say, you feel like no.
Probably it's because the man or man no gifts, right?
No, it's about vision. There are some women who believe that, okay, life is a journey. Therefore, I can't acquire it today. That's why I can't acquire. So it's a process. Let me take it. Others believe that they are about to me. It's about vision, like I said. There are some who believe that's for money when they can spend it. Yeah, there are people like that. They don't care whether you have it or you don't have it, or whether you are giving it. There are those who follow the trend. Yeah. They believe that they really need fashion, so I must get it at all costs. There are people like that. So if you meet somebody and you don't check some of this, and you think it's all about the appearance, she looks so beautiful. We have that attraction. When we meet, the vibe is there. It goes beyond vibe. Do you share the same vision? That's what people are fighting almost every day. Because you feel like the woman is not helping me. How can you spend such an amount on this? And the woman is like, how much is this? This one is small money. It's about vision. Vision about even friends and families that we will be talking about along the journey. Yes, there are some who believe that when I'm married, it's between my wife and my family. I don't want intrusion. I don't want external. There are people like that. There are those who are also more into the family, the external, where they believe that, look, my parents can visit at all and every time. So imagine you marry somebody, you don't discuss or you don't, look at all these things. You're going to fight because the mother or the family member comes and you're like, why are family members intruding our relationship? And she doesn't see anything wrong with it. You understand what you are complaining about? He or she feels you are just nagging. Just my family. So you must check all this, and that's why communication is key. We may analyze some of this, and communication is key, so that you'll be able to appreciate that, look, we are not just going to marry, but we are going to marry with all our elements, my understanding. You understand? Your understanding are going to meet. So if we don't share the same vision, we are going to clash.
Right, Counselor, we'll talk about the rest of the principles, but I've gone through them and I didn't see anything like being intimate. But that's the order of the day. Is it wrong to be intimate in the dating process?
When you talk of intimacy, you should understand what the word intimacy. Intimacy simply means having that kind of bond where you can communicate freely. You understand? Intimacy is built on communication. where you can share or we can discuss issues without attacking ourselves. So there are some people today who are married and they can't even communicate well. You understand? So intimacy is born by that. And we have romance. Romance is built on strong attraction. There should be something about the person that attracts you. And those things are like as a psychological element.
It's not about sex.
No. I mean, sex is a total different thing altogether.
But that's the order of the day.
That is where we got it wrong. You don't need to get.
Is it wrong?
You don't need to have sex to be intimate. That's what people who are married. They are having sex with their wife. Yet you go there and they can't even communicate. Intimacy
So
has
being
nothing.
intimate involves communication.
It involves having that free. I mean, where you can discuss anything. If I'm not, you can say anything on your mind without thinking twice. That is intimacy. You are there and like you can share your jokes. That's what from our discussion we say friendship is a bedrock.
Right.
We build intimacy through friendship. That's why if you're among your siblings, there will be someone that you can talk or say everything to him or her. Are you getting it? Maybe you may have about 5 siblings. Yeah, but there's this person that whenever you're having challenge, you have issues, you can go to the person freely and speak to the person without being feel judged, without being feel, threatened that, oh, maybe this person will expose me. You understand? So intimacy is built on having that kind of, environment where you can, you see, when we study the Bible said they were naked and they were not ashamed. That is intimacy. That I know all your secrets, you know everything about me, and I don't use anything to judge you. So whenever you are sharing something with me, you are not scared. Understand? So but there are many who are having sex and yet they are not even close to intimacy. They just do it when they are done. Now we pick our phones and we are all concentrating on checking our WhatsApp messages. They are there, no communication. You know, so you build that intimacy. And what the foundation of intimacy is communication, and that's free communication. Not communication that is more professional, where you have to think. So, okay, how do I say it? I'm trying to say the word before. No, then there's no intimacy there. You understand? Well, if you have to think twice before you communicate with your partner, then I'm sorry, there's no intimacy.
Counselor, so you're trying to say that having sex in the process of dating is wrong, right? That's the order of the day. Why do you say so? I want you to explain.
Yeah, you see, I always say this. The fact that something becomes order of the day doesn't mean
everybody should do it.
And besides, doesn't mean it is legal. So the people are stealing from their workplace. A lot is happening. We meet drivers who are driving with their mobile phones on, speaking on phone. Meanwhile, according to Ghana law, it's illegal. So there are many things we are doing which is illegal, and yet because we've not been arrested, it's normal. It's a normal thing. You see, so the point I want to, you see, sometimes this communication, this distraction comes about because an average person has not understood the whole concept of sex. And like I said, I've said this here before, that we have to have a full day just to speak about it, because it's a full topic. One, everybody watching us should know, sex is not just about the two of you sleeping. Sex goes beyond physical. It goes beyond emotional. You understand? Sex is one of the elements that cut across the 3 elements of life. Spiritual, psychological, sociological. All the elements are involved in it. Right. So one, you maybe just be concerned about the physical element where you feel like, yeah, I've enjoyed myself. But beside that, have you checked the other elements? Psychological and the spiritual. Normally, I don't even want to talk about the spiritual because when we talk about spiritual, we pass our phone on our software. But if you understand the psychological element of sex alone, that alone will scare you. Why? Because you see, I've mentioned it here, that whenever you are having sex, God built sex, one, to bond us. Now watch it. And there are chemicals in our brains, I've mentioned that dopamine. Exactly. The moment you begin to do that, you're releasing that. So it's just like putting a glue on a paper. The idea is to bond the two of you.
Right.
Now watch it. If you now engage in sex with anybody you are not married to, whether you like it, sex is like taking a gun and shooting somebody. The gun doesn't know whether you are doing it, then when you shoot at the person, you kill the person. That's how sex is. Then when you do it, it draws all the elements. One, the dopamine, the oxytocin, which is a hormone, that bonds you. Now, if you don't marry the person, that bonding is already there. So you are now removing the glue from the paper.
The emotional effect setting.
Aside that, you are now removing the glue from a paper. Yes, you can take it and go and bond again, but it's not stick like the first. So the more you move from one relationship to another, you are destroying your bonding. That's what there are many people in marriages who are just there because it's a to do. They have no feelings for their partners. Because grow never born, that's how dangerous. So can you imagine you going to stay the rest of your life with somebody and yet there's not, as to say, a woman just told me yesterday, she said like she doesn't have any feeling for the husband. You understand? And this is one of the reasons you especially I tell people, the first person that had sex with you, if you didn't even break on the very bad note and there was that kind of communication, maybe due to maybe some, measures beyond your control, you still have some feeling for the person. And you'll be in your marriage and yet be thinking about somebody else. And it's happening to a lot of people.
Right.